In this Bezi 101 lesson, we'll explore the input object, a powerful tool for interaction designers that gives users greater control over how they interact with 3D experiences. We'll cover how to map gamepads, keyboards, and XR controllers, transforming them into trigger inputs within the state machine. If you haven't done so already, we recommend that you watch the state machine video first to fully understand what you can do with the input object. Let's jump right in and add an input object. There are two ways to do this. The first is the Objects menu in the top bar. Click the input object, then place it anywhere on the canvas. Once placed, you'll see a purple controller icon in your scene. The other way is by starting to type out input through the command center. With input object selected, let's go through this object's properties. As you can see here, the input object already has 4 default binding properties placed. If you wish to add more, you can do so using the Add button. Conversely, if you need to remove any bindings, you can hit the minus button. If you wish to deactivate bindings, you can switch them off using the power button. Now let's go through the bindings to understand what they do. Each binding corresponds to an action activated by pressing its respective button. This setup ensures that any input device, whether it's a game controller, keyboard, or XR controller, triggers the same outcome. As a result, the state machine configuration is streamlined, allowing you to develop for a wider range of platforms without repeatedly setting up numerous interactions. In this case, Action 1 is the Q key, the bottom button on a gamepad, and the X button on the left XR controller. You can customize the input of any type of controller through their respective dropdowns. You can rename it to make it easier to identify. Now that you have a good idea of what the input object does, let's set up this interactive scene using the state machine. Currently, everything is set up using pointer down interactions. I have 3 different types of interactions set up. These button groups move down, controller group rotates, and this button vibrates the entire controller when held down. First, let's place an input object in the scene, then rename the actions so that they are more easily identifiable. I've named them to correspond to the buttons on the controller design in the scene. Next, let's hit the multi-select button group so that we can multi-edit them. You can tell that you're editing multiple object states with this number in the top right corner. In this interaction, we've set up a pointer down interaction. Let's change that to input start. For the other interaction, let's set it to input end. Next, let's select an individual object from these 4 and change the input transition trigger to correspond to what that group activates. Next, let's do the same for the controller rotation group. For the vibrate animation, we'll just set it to the B button. Now let's go into play mode and test first using keyboard to make sure everything is working. Next, let's connect a controller. When connecting one, you'll get a notification on the bottom that Bezi has detected your input device. Now let's test it. Great, everything's working. You now know how to map out controllers and how to set them up in the state machine. This basic setup can be expanded upon to make your projects even more interactive and engaging for your users. Be sure to check out our other videos and check back to see what new features we've added to Bezi. Looking forward to seeing you then.